Shalom, shalom. I'm Brother Corral. First and foremost, I want to give our honor, praise, glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. Double honors and blessings to the elders, the apostle of Great Millstone, the water Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, for the elders, the apostle I'm down, for waking me up to the wisdom, our truth, and understanding through the spirit, Papa Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom to the few Akim, me, the brothers, the one pushing the truth. It's sincere across the four corners of the earth, where we might be scattered abroad. Shalom to the few Aqua, believe as well, me, the sisters. One repent, come back to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai as well. And shalom to the little boys and girls who the Lord can deliver also these times to come. And I meant to say shalom to the few Akim that scattered abroad, who look like the other nation, who bloodline go back to the 12 tribes of Israel. With that, shalom. Alright, getting into today is basically that the conversation with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and the angels having heaven, the council, when they come together and have these meetings about the elect, right, concerning us, which during the time of the story of Job, when you go back to Job, through the spirit, we are a representation of Job, man, right? Because the heavens, because the conversation, the council in the heaven concerning us, what they have in the heavens, right? Because with us being the men of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, we're going to suffer and we're going to go through these things, right? We're going to catch hell and hard times, just like Job did. But, you know, it was all for the good. It wasn't for the bad, even though Job would catch a hell. Until a person who will be going through the thing that Job would go through, man, you'll be looking like, damn, it's the Lord really dealing with me. Which, when it comes to the elect, man, of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, yes, the Lord dealing with you. You know, the Lord, you know, he chastises us and, hey, you know, for the correction or whatever, man. But when you serve Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, you gonna go through hard times, man. You gonna suffer. You gonna go through things, right? You gonna go through temptation. But I'm gonna go to Job 1, because like I said, the counsel in the heaven, the information, the advice, the guidance, what be going on in the heaven concerning to concerning the elect. Okay, it's a representation going to us, right? I'm gonna go to Job 1, and let me see. I'm gonna start with 6. It say, now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also along with them. So Satan, the spiritual being Satan, he was also in the midst of this council in the heaven concerning Job. Like I say, which is a representation, go back to us today. Because when the council be in heaven, with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai angels, the spiritual being Satan, he there too. Because he worked for Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. He just worked for the Lord on the left-hand side. So that's proved, and that's another thing that killed that hell doctrine, that this is a red man, a devil in hell with horns on his head. You know? The spiritual being Satan in the heaven with Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and the angels. Now it says Satan, I bring that back, Job 1. It say, now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came together. You know, Yahweh Shai, and the angels, man, all them in the heaven with the council going on, along with the spiritual being Satan came along. Also with the left-hand angel too. It say, now there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Verse 7, it say, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. It say, the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth? It say, perfect and an upright man, one that fear Yahweh, is skewed from evil. It's shewed from evil. Right? Avoid evil. Move yourself from evil. It's shewed from evil. It said, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear Yahweh for naught? It say, hast thou made an hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he have on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hand, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now, and touch all that he have, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, Behold, all that he have is in thy power, only upon himself. Put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth. Shalaki. Now put forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So right. So but Yahweh gave the spiritual being Satan to go to test Job, which right now in this day and time through the spirit, that's the same thing going on with us. Right? When we be catching hell and going through these hard times and things fall upon us, and it get hard, man, we be looking like, damn, like, ain't what going on? That ain't nothing but the Lord gave the spiritual beast Satan to go to trials, man. See, we gonna fail or keep the faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Still serve the Lord through these hard times when we going through things and catching hell. The Lord sent the spiritual beast Satan, you know, in the heavens, along with Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man, they having that counsel. And you have Satan, want to come test us. Hey, can I go test him? The Lord gave him to go to do it. But what Yahweh said, have you considered my servant Job? The Lord said the same thing about us. Have you considered my servant, the brothers, like me? Have you considered my servant Karaf? Give the spiritual being Satan to go to test me. And the rest of the brothers who believe in the truth and see what, if we gonna hold on to that faith, man, that hope in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, and not fail, not try to put the Lord away because we catching hell and going through hard times. We gonna catch hell times and go through things when we serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Ain't nothing gonna be easy, right? Serving the Lord, Yahushua had to suffer. So we gonna have to suffer. We gonna have to catch hell. We gonna have to go through things on this side. But we don't supposed to throw in the towel when it get hard. Which you have some brothers who used to be in the truth, man, they go throw in the towel. Because some situation might came their way and they feel like they can bear it and threw in the towel. Now they gonna went back basically to the word. They ain't doing no more videos. They ain't hitting the highways and the hedges no more. They just completely gave up, which the Lord didn't want them anyway. The spiritual being saved warned that, man. Right? Want to battle their soul with that brother. But I'm going to keep going. 13, it say, there was a day when his son and his daughter were eating and drinking wine. The eldest brother, it say, the elder brother's house, the elder brother's house, it say, and there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding beside them. It say, the Sabians fed upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain thy servant with the edge of the sword. And I'm only am escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came another, and said, the fire of Yahweh is fallen from heaven, and have burned up thy sheep and thy servants, and consumed them. And I only escaped alone to tell thee. While he was yet speaking, there came also another, and said, the Chaldeans made out their bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword. And I only am escaped to tell thee. But it keep going on and on, man. See, Job was losing the substance and the thing that the Lord was giving him. But through the spiritual being Satan, was testing Job. Through Yahweh gave spiritual being Satan to go to test him. And like, you read on, man, hey, Job was losing the riches, his children died. You read on, man, he was catching hell. So that'd be the same thing with us. Like, hey, we'll have jobs and things like that. We might start losing days at the job. Hell, some brother might lose their job. Then we still be having bills and rent to pay. You be like, damn, man, you got brothers, got kids and shit, things might happen to the kids, or brothers no longer have access to their children because the wife gonna took them and they can't see them like they want to and won't let them see them. Hey, and all they can be hearing brothers at once. Which, speaking for myself too, going through them kind of things. But at the end of the day, what we do, man, we still keep pushing, man, and have faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, because the Lord gonna get you through the situation. You just going through it for a period of time to see where you at with it. And they gonna be the same thing when Jacob trouble hit. We're gonna catch hell, man. The Lord gonna have the spiritual being Satan tested face in them rough, bad times that coming. But I'm gonna jump down to 2, and I'm gonna start from 1. It's basically going to the same thing. Job 2 and 1. It say again but it say Satan asked to test Job further. He wanted to go further. He wanted to go further than he did the first time. Like I tested the first time, you know, let me test him some more on it. I'm gonna go further with it and see where he gonna go with it. See, he's still gonna serve, taking him for all kind of angles, all kind of ways. All right, it say again, there was a day when the sons of Yahweh came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, perfect and upright man, one that fear Yahweh, eschew himself from evil, right? Eschew himself from evil, and still he hold fast his integrity, right? He said he hold fast his integrity, which let me get that real quick. Shalakia. All right, it said integrity. It say the quality of being honest and having strong moral principle that refuse to change. So even though Job was catching hell, with the substance and the things, the necessities, and what the Lord gave him, even though he was catching hell, man, he was still believing and had faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, as we're going to read on. But which, we got to be the same way. Did it with me first, talking to myself too. We all got to be consistent in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua no matter what. And when you go to moral, it'll say a lesson especially considered a lesson especially concerning what's right. So he know what come with the price of serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, right? Integrity. And it also means honesty. So he was honest and faithful to Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. No matter what the Lord brought upon him, he was still believing and had faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Running it back, it say integrity, the quality of being honest and having strong morals, principles that refuse to change. Alright? And he refused to change and throw in the towel and being honest and serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, man. Right? Integrity and also mean uprightness. It will also, with the similar words in the Google, also go to uprightness too. So there was a man who actually believed and had faith in Yahweh by Shem. Had faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. He's gonna serve the Lord no matter what. No matter what the Lord brought on him, man. Right? Like I said, the morals went to a lesson, especially concerning what's right. Right? That is right. Which is keep fearing and serve Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, no matter what. Alright, it say, keep reading on. Alright, it say, instead he hold fast his integrity. It say, although moveth me against him to destroy him without cause. And Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life. It say, but put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. It say, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thy hand, but save his life. See, like, all right, Lord Yahweh told Satan, all right, he's in your hand, but save his life, meaning don't kill him, don't put him to death. But hey, put them trials and tribulation, that hell on them. That grieviness on them. That suffering. Catch them going through hell, pain. But just don't take their life. And I'm saying, and that go concerning us too. Like we go through these things, man, and the spiritual beings say test us. Yeah, it get hard and rough, but hey, we still be having life, man, to be able to maneuver and go through it, to go through the suffering and still come out on top. Well, this is the good thing. When the spiritual beings Satan testing us through Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, that we still have life, man, and still be able to fight through these things and hold on to the faith and have hope in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua to keep going and to endure to the end. All right. Read on, and it say, verse 7. So went Satan, it say, forth from the presence of the Lord, and smote Job with sores boils from the sole of his feet unto his crown. It say he took him a potsherd to scrap himself with hell. It say, and he sat down among the ashes. Then he said, then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse Yahweh and die. But he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. It said, what should we receive good at the hand of Yahweh? And should we not receive evil? And it said, in all this did not Job sin with his lips. See, it say the wife was speaking like, man, you might as well curse your power and die. We catching hell. We're going to lose everything. The kids, children going to die. Like, what else can we get out the Lord besides nothing but evil? But what it said, Job, he didn't speak he didn't sin with his lips. See, and like the scripture say, the power of life and death is in the tongue, man. That I'm saying that your words hold power. Because if he would have said anything against it, the curse Yahweh, hey, there was a sin. But it said he didn't sin with his lips. He kept his mouth closed and kept his integrity and endured the suffering, the hard times he was going through. Which the same with us. When we catch hell, we ain't got to get mad and try to curse Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Man, the Lord put you to death. Talking back to him and to my cursing the Lord. No, man, Job knew what he signed up for. He knew what he was into. But at the end of the day, he went through the hell and the suffering. But at the end of the day, he know he gonna come out on top. He was a man who feared the Lord, served the Lord, and really believed and had faith. No matter what the Lord put on you. You have brothers going to be probably have some kind of disease, man, going on with them, and hey, they still believe and have faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua and still fighting, still hitting the highways and hedges, still putting in the work, doing the videos, serving the Lord with all their mind, man, to the best of their ability. All right, and that's the point I want on that. Now I'm gonna go to Ecclesiasticus real quick. To all right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 1. It say, my son, if thou come to my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, and that word Lord with the capital L with the rest of the letters lowercase, that's represent Yahweh Shai. Right? It say, prepare thy soul for temptation. See, when you start serving Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, prepare your soul for temptation. Because when you live in worldly, you ain't preparing yourself for temptation with Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. Because you wicked, you just doing things out of spite anyway. You just moving upon your own understanding, right? You being wicked anyway. So temptation, when it fall upon you, you just gonna do it. We're not even having second thoughts of it wrong and it's right. You just gonna go ahead and fall through with the act, with the process of going off. I said, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation. And the word temptation also going to a trial experience, right? Because that's just like Revelation 3:10, where the Lord says, since you have kept the word of my patience, I also will keep you from the hours of temptation. These trials is the spirit, right? We're going to go on through the earth. When Esau, Edom come with the MOTB, the Lord going to keep the manners of the Lord hid from them kind of things. He gonna deliver us from them times. Sit back and to the point like it ain't gonna fall upon us now. You're gonna have some brothers gonna have to be martyred for y'all by your mouth shot. But at the end of the day, man, the Lord gonna keep his elect protecting his shield from it. Alright, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Lord Yahushua, prepare thy souls for temptation. Set thy heart aright, meaning mind, and constantly endure and make not haste in the time of trouble. So, man, hey, keep thy feet, man. Don't be so quick to try to don't be so quick to try to make a move, man. When trouble and things come to your way and things get hard, you try to make this situation work in your favor. No, just sit back and let the Lord work it out. Yahweh Shai got you. He got us. It's like set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Right? You got to endure what? These hard times, these suffering. It say, because what the scripture say, he that endured to the end, meaning he that lasts through these hard times, these sufferings, they the ones who gonna make it, man. The ones who believe and keep the faith in Yahweh Shai through these hard times, they are the ones who gonna make it. And make not haste in the time of trouble. When trouble comes, don't be so quick to move, man. Peace be still. It say, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mightest be increased at the latter end, in the last ends. And we in the last ends. And we're going to be increased in the last end. The Lord going to look out for us. We catching hell and going through it right now. But when all hell breaking loose, when everybody panicking, going crazy, and crying their eyeballs out, the man's of the Lord, we're going to be increasing. We're going to be all right in them times. We're not going to have nothing to worry about. It say, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. Right? So just like Job, he was changed to a lower state. The Lord brought him down low. But guess what? He was still patient, man. He still had patience. Right? Still, we're going through this suffering and hard times without being quick to move when the time of trouble was going on. You know, like I say, the man came, they were doing this, killed the church. He didn't say, I'm finna go ride and murder him. I'm finna go ride on him. Hey, man, he understood that the thing would happen to him. The Lord was doing it. And that's being, having that discernment and understanding the judgment of Yahweh Shai, knowing the Lord in control. Right? That, hey, we know, damn, anything happen, hey, the Lord did it. The ones who don't have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shai, now of the hopeful elect, they don't understand judgment. They just looking at, they don't know that the Lord did it. But the ones who have this understanding, we know when things going throughout the earth, wherever it might be, Yahweh Shai did it for his purpose, his reason. It said, for gold is tried in the fire, verse 5, for gold is tried in the fire, it said, an acceptable man's in the furnace of adversity, right, in trials and troubles and tribulations. It say, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, Yahushua, wait for his mercy, and go not aside, lest ye fall, right? It say, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward should not fail. It say, verse 9, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generation of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Lord, and was confounded, or did any abide in his fear, and was forsaken? Or who did he ever despise that called upon him? It say, fear the Lord. It say, like, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful. And forgiveness sins. It say, it saveth in the time of affliction, and saving the time of affliction. So, right, just like Job was catching hell and going through these things, like I said, we gonna go and catch hell and go through things too. But when that hour of temptation comes, like with the MOTB and things like that, and the food famine and the famine, death, and destruction, the Lord start talking about when it started hitting the earth real hard, and the earth actually started feeling it, and the people like all over the earth, man, in panic. Hey, man, the mans of the Lord we ain't got nothing to worry about, because when the times of affliction start hitting, them trials and tribulations, man, the Lord gonna have us in good case. We're gonna be in good case. You know? It's like, all right. Let's go. I'm gonna go to James real quick. 5 and 10. Bear with me. The James. All right, the book of James. All right. The book of James, chapter 5, to point verse 10. It say, take my brethren, the prophet who have spoken in the name of the Lord, Yahushua, for example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. It say, behold, we count them happy which endure. You have heard of the patience of Job. It say, and have seen the end of the Lord. The Lord, in lowercase again, represent Yahushua. That the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. And there you go again. Right? Tender mercy, we being tested. Day out, day in and day out, we being tested of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. But hey, like I said, but when we do, just know that's the Yahweh by Shem Yahushua giving the spiritual being saved to go to do these things. He worked for the Lord. The spiritual being saved, he not fighting the Lord against the Lord. No, he worked for him. He worked for him. He's an angel. He just the angel that work on the left hand side, like you got angels working with us on the right hand side. When the Lord feel like he want to test us and put them trials and tribulation on us, to see where we stand, he gonna use the spiritual being saved to do it. All right, I'm gonna run that back. James 5 and 10. Take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. But it's a lowercase right here, so Yahweh Shai. But because the prophets spoke of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It say, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoke in the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Behold, we count them happy which endured. Right? We have heard of the patience of Job and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. All right? All right, and that's the point. All right, verse 12, it say, but above all things, my brethren, swear not, neither by heaven, neither by the earth, neither by any other oath, but let your yea be yea, and your nay be nay, lest you fall in condemnation, right? In which that we're trying to fall to. Right? So you want to hold on and keep the faith in Yahweh by Shem Yahushua and not end up in shame at the end of the day. Now this Job, go back to Job. This is Job 23. Job 23 and I think it's what else? But let me see. Dang. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see if I wrote it down. I probably wrote it. Dang. No, that ain't it. Shalaki out, bear with me. I'm trying to find it. Hey, I can't find it, so I'm not gonna butcher it. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher it because, as I see, I can't find it. Oh, but yeah, Job 23 and 10, the spirit call Allah, you have my shot found it. It say, but he know the way that I take. When he have tried me, I should come forth as gold. Right? My feet had my foot have held his step, his way have I kept and not declined. And that's the point, right? We gonna keep our feet, man. We're gonna keep having faith and hope in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and not decline. I'm running back, Job 23:10. But he knoweth, let me see. Oh, yeah, Job, I go, yeah, start back to 23:10 to get to the point. It say, but he knoweth the way that I take. When he had tried me, I should come forth as gold. Like I say, that gold tried in the fire. My foot have healed his step. His way have I kept and not declined. So, and that's the point, right? So we're going to keep moving, keep having faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, no matter what, man, these hard times, no matter what the Lord bring upon us. We're going to keep moving in it. Believing and having faith, man, so we won't decline. But yeah, I'm going to close out with that. And by saying, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushua. With that, I'm going to say, Shalom, and I hope it will edify.